Hey, non-existent chat. I'm back. It's been a bit. I don't really have any excuses. It's just oh god, I gotta yawn. My yawning curse is coming back. Let's. Hey, hey, you're here. Well, I'm doing a non-gaming stream. I It's more like a creative stream, I guess. I always wanted to do stuff like this, but a lot of my ideas involve people and the and I want so sorry, my mouth just died there. So I just wanted to, try doing one of these and see just another one of these and see how it goes. I've done these a few times. It's been a bit since I streamed because for some reason when it comes to these type of streams, I get very nervous for some reason. I don't know why, but with gaming streams, I don't have any issue with at all. Yes, so that's fine. Uh, Crap, Pete. That's fine. Basically, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be yeah, yeah. I seen you've been you at school, and I've seen you put out some videos and stuff. Yeah, you've been doing pretty good. Well, congratulations. Uh, where was I again? Oh yeah. Uh, so what I was planning on doing this stream is I was gonna basically, I don't know how to explain this. Brainstorm various uh powers, superpowers, whatnot, because I don't know, I like doing that kind of stuff, kind of writing and whatnot. So I thought I would try and make the stream kind of like that. So basically, I'm gonna be coming up with powers, power, not like superheroes or anything, but just powers in general. It doesn't have to be anything like actually like useful or uh like something used to fight crime or nothing like that. I mean, the power could simply be someone makes bubbles pop out of their fingers. I mean, uh it doesn't have to be something amazing. It also doesn't have to be something that it's actually beneficial. It could be something that harms the person who has it. Uh, but mainly, I just don't want to do any just generic crap. Oh, you can fly, you can teleport anywhere in the world. If you do any of that, there needs to be some sort of something add on to that, some sort of catch. The powers also got to have some sort of give and take, I guess. Like there has to be some limitations. It can't be some overpowered BS. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's got to go fast. Yeah, I don't want anything like generic or something like that. And if an example of something that would be limited would be, I said teleportation earlier. It could be someone who teleports, but they can only teleport in their line of sight. Like they can't teleport anywhere they've been or anywhere they want to go. Pictures and videos don't count. It's just whatever's in their line of sight they can teleport. Actually, I got this idea about the idea for the stream because I was working on I had a idea for a story a while ago. Involved a bunch of people, like some big catastrophe thing happened, and a bunch of people got powers and whatnot. And the main character actually would have had that power where he could teleport in his line of sight. Though I end up, though I'm never gonna end up doing anything with it or anything. But it's just, I don't know. I was just going through my stuff, and I found my notebook, and I have some powers written down for ideas. Some of them are pretty bad, actually. I don't know why they're there, but yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do. I don't know how long I'm gonna do this for. I guess it's Just kind of depends. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff I have listed down, some of the stuff I've thought up. Oh my god, my throat. I thought about later on. That's not written down. I didn't write down. And if you have any ideas or anything you want to add to it, you can. It's more of a stream that's supposed to interact with the viewers, but I got like three. So again, we'll see how it goes. I hope that made sense what I'm trying to do, or at least it doesn't sound boring. Ah, let's see. Let's see what I have. Crap! I dropped my little bookmark thing. Let's see. So one of the powers I actually came up with. Oh my, I'm moving my mic a bit for a second. Is actually it's kind of based on the Charger for Left 4 Dead, where someone gets like one really big, uh, super strong arm, and the other arm is just normal. And this super strong arm, it's super strength, and it can't be and it's really hard to damage. Like it can block bullets and it can block like swords and stuff, but the rest of his body is just normal. Which, oh god, I feel awkward for some reason. I don't know why, but for some reason these type of streams make me feel nervous for some reason. Maybe it's because it's more than uh just more creative and not just gaming, that kind of crap. Got this one where actually got this idea where someone basically can explode like a bomb, but then like in the center of the explosion, after the explosion done, they're like perfectly fine. They don't get hurt. They go off, and then there's just you know in the middle of all the destructions. Um, Destruction is just the guy, and he's just sitting there. Power to know anything or erase anything from your memory. Do you mean like the power to like know anything, or just know, or just like perfect memory kind of thing? Like, what do you mean? Because if it's memory and you can remember everything, or you can erase it for your memory if you want to, that's a pretty nice idea. Yeah, it's nothing really big, and nothing that can really be uh, that. And it can be helpful towards a person for various reasons. It could help with for gaining trauma. It can help remember stuff. Obviously, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure it out as I go. But yeah, I like that one. It's a pretty good one. Uh, let's see. I got one where someone can become transparent. Like they're not like invisible, but like they can like become transparent and kind of like they're see-through. Maybe like I could add on to it, maybe possibly make it so they're hard to like perceive, I guess. Like they're not fully invisible, but your eyes kind of like, if you're not paying attention, your eyes just kind of like gloss over them a bit. I mean, it could also just be a power that's not uh also, you should also have that power just by not but without becoming transparent, actually. Actually, I think I've there was a power like that in an anime once, actually, but not the transparent part, but the other other part that I tacked on. Uh, let's see. And then I got this one where if people look into someone's eyes, they become nauseated and dizzy. For a note, I have like rainbow eyes, so I guess maybe like they should be like non-normal looking eyes, and you look into them and you start feeling nauseated or dizzy. Could be something uh, that's not able to be controlled. Like just if anyone looks into your eyes, whether you want to or not, they will get dizzy. They will be nauseated, and that could also go for a few other things uh, besides just making people nausea or something. Actually, that gives me an idea actually of I think I had this idea for something else I was working on at one point. The like someone you can actually make people like angry and violent. Make them just a calm guy, and all of a sudden he's like really pissed off and angry, and he like attacks someone that's next to him. Which, I mean, being able to control someone's emotion could be interesting too. Just you can make people happy or sad or angry. You could move things up to extreme or lower them. You could. That's actually a pretty interesting one. Like you can make someone fall in love, and you can either or fall out of love, and you can make them fall in love. You could like make it so it's like obsessive love, not just there's more than just normal love. You know, it's actually an interesting. That's such an interesting power. I actually like that idea. I don't know. It could be something that's permanent, or it could be something that's like only temporary. Like I feel like I like the temporary part just because it makes it less kind of overpowered a bit. Uh, see, I also have a high-pitched deafening whistle. So when someone whistles, it's so loud that it like hurts their ears. It like causes ruptures eardrums and like breaks glass and stuff like that. God. It could just be someone's, normal voice too, like speaking, or I guess it doesn't have to be whistling. Maybe like someone's cough or someone's sneeze could be like super powerful. Power. Hold on. Hold on, my mic's freaking out for a second. Give me a second. Uh, filter. Hold on. And fucking keep peeking too. Stop peeking. Ah. Okay, is that? I feel like that's probably better. I know, such great content, just me softly streaming into the mic. I think that's good now. Yeah, I just saw the audio was like really badly peaking, and it was just going up and down without any when I wasn't talking. So if it was if it was like if something was annoying what's happened, I apologize. Uh, oh, here's an idea that actually I wish I had. Like if you can like put pictures in your mind and put it on like paper, like you drew it. Like if you take a pencil Because if you ever try drawing, you know that you have this image in your mind that you want it to come out as. And I know damn well that it never looks like that image if I ever draw anything. And it's kind of frustrating. And it would be cool to like just take a pencil and like touch it to the paper, and all of a sudden like the image in your head forms on the paper. That would be a really cool one. I can actually do a lot of the ideas I want to do. That would be fucking great. Let's see. I got understand all languages. That'd be immune to poisons. So like, not just like you could like drink bleach and stuff and be perfectly fine. It could just be more than just poison, like being immune to radiation. Uh, Completely like you can walk into a nuclear reactor and be fine. Uh, which that leads to another one I have where like you give off radiation like nuclear radiation just by existing, and it's something you can't control. And you, as I said, I also powers can also work for the power to type faster than light. I read this thing wrong. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Uh yeah, it gives off constant radiation. Just as I said, you don't like it doesn't have to be something beneficial. It doesn't have to be something good. Okay, I have one where you don't have to eat or drink at all, but your mouth gets covered, like skin forms over the mouth and prevents you from eating and drinking, and even talking, but you don't have to eat and drink. It could possibly be so it's kind of like a trade-off. It could also possibly be like you still get thirsty and hungry, you just don't need it. Which, oh my god, that would be hell. Uh, oh, it's power where you can tell someone else's powers. That would be like you can specific to someone's powers, like stuff that even they might not know about their powers, and like, oh, you can move through anything, but you can't move through this. And they don't have to know that they can't move through like lead or something, but they can move through anything else. Because I mean, I'm sure most people don't try and walk through lead, uh, and whatnot. So, let's see. Oh, being a walking lie detector. Oh, I wish I was that. I wish I had that power to tell when people are lying. Oh, I had another idea. It's kind of like future sight. Like kind of seeing, but more like seeing a possible future or what could have been. Like I think a good example. Like you're playing Mario Party. I know. Just bear with me for a second. You're playing Mario Party, and then you got two choices to do. You either go left or go right. And if you go right, well, you could then close your eyes and see what would have happened if you went left. Like the possibility. Like you can't see before you make the decision, but after you make the decision, you can then look back and see what could have been. Like, would you have won if you went left instead of right, where then you then lost? Like something like that. I think that would be really, really cool and really interesting to have. It'd be kind of confusing a bit, but like you could also uh you could also use it as kind of like a limited uh future sight, I guess. Like you can see the possibility of going left and right. You may not know who would win if you went right. However, the bonus stars, I believe, are decided like would probably be the same regardless of whether you went left and right. So you would know what the bonus stars would be, and then you would be able to adjust and try and get those bonus stars. I like how I'm using Mario Party as an example for powers. I know, it's great. Future sight. I guess it's not really future sight, but you know. Let's see. You can make people fall asleep just by touching them, or like, you know, make them go up to someone, tap them on the shoulder, and all of a sudden they're like passed out on their desk, sleeping. That would be something. And then yeah, some of the stuff I have is just very vague. Like I have written down like this is stuff I like written down a very long time ago too, or at least some of it. Some of the stuff I've said I haven't isn't written down, but just I'm also looking at something I wrote down a long time ago in a notebook for a possible thing I could have made. Yeah, like the one I just said isn't in the notebook, but you know. But I'm looking at the notebook, and I have one that's like animal characteristics. Wow, it's so fucking helpful, man. But I mean, it would be nice because whenever it's animal characteristics, it's always the same shit. Like you know, a dog person, a cat person. You know, it's just like they have cat ears, and they can smell like a dog, or you know, whatever. Centaur body of it. Like, can we get like more creative animals? Like, come on, it's you know, I will give that character Toad from X-Men. At least that was actually pretty, more or less, kind of creative. Like, you don't see like fraud very often. But yeah, just like having other animal, because there's some really weird and fucked up animals out there, and you could have like their powers, and also you can also do the same thing with like plants and insects and shit. It doesn't have to be animals, but everyone always does like the same shit. It's like what could be a good one? I'm trying to think. Like, for some reason, I'm like the first thing that comes to mind is that fungus that like takes over ants and makes them go up high and die to release their spores or something like that. For some reason, I don't know why. But I mean, like someone having characteristics of some mushrooms, like I guess something going on that lines. Maybe someone can release spores and like kind of control someone. For yeah, it'd be kind of fucked up too. With that kind of fucked up power if like you release spores and then it like attaches to people and you can control them. Maybe they're even that would kind of like Paris and Parasect from Pokemon. See, I'm going back to Nintendo stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, I guess having a turtle shell, but I'm not sure how that would work. Honestly, like that would kind of look kind of weird. Wouldn't really. It's you know, maybe someone can have like that instead of hair. They have like that mushroom, the giant mushroom head thing, kind of like Toad, but like not like Toad's mushroom, but like an actual like mushroom. Maybe like the mushroom you would like think of. Someone could be made of bark, and like their hair could be leaves, so they're kind of like a tree. Or someone could possibly just. That reminds me of like someone could possibly just turn into a tree. Just like in that, what was it, Shanty and the Half Genie, I believe. One of her powers you can unlock is her turning into a tree. A very, very sexy tree, apparently. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It was quite interesting. The changes in that game are interesting. I I do love Shantae though. The Pirate's Curse best platform I've ever played. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, someone could, turn into a tree maybe, or a tree-like person. Again, I like the idea of someone being like having their skin being bark uh instead of skin. Uh, let's see, maybe your hair is grass. I mean, you're covered in grass. You're like that like what cousin it from the Addams Family, but instead of hair, it's like grass or like vines or something. Kind of like Tangela. Again, Pokemon. Again, Nintendo. Interesting. I'm thinking of trying to think like also kind of looking around my room too and seeing like I know I'm so creative. It's like that guy where he's like, "Oh, come up for a name for something," and he's like, ham." It's like ham something. Oh, what is that a ham sandwich you're eating? No, it's just I know I botched that delivery. I'm so fucking great at this. Maybe like something like kind of like a centaur, but instead of a horse, maybe it's something else like maybe like a slug, the bottom half of a slug. That'd be weird. Or a duck, and you can have that like corkscrew dick. That'd be. Oh god, that would suck. But as I said, it doesn't have to be good powers or it just has to be different. Honestly, is what I'm looking for, not anything. I'm trying to see. I'm just trying to think of stuff. Maybe just moving away from. I guess we need to move away from the animals for a bit or something and try and figure something else out. But like, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the animals, like again, it's like everyone does the same thing. I want something different. I want something new. Oh. Sorry, I took a drink of water there. I just remembered, there is actually a story that I do want to do. And one of the villains in it has the ability to control gases. Not like, but like he's not a villain that kills because you can just take away the oxygen and then you pretty much win. So like I'm having someone who like doesn't want to kill. He's more like a thief in the story. But yeah, that's separate from the other thing it's another story that I actually do really want to do in the future, but yeah, that was I mean think maybe you could like release certain gases. Could be any gas from the periodic table. Could be just some made up gas that like it could be some made up gas. It could be something like laughing gas, it's just let's see. What else do I have? I mean, you could like have someone that just turns into like things, which is like kind of vague, but like again, everyone has like the same shit. Like again, I kind of went with the tree thing too. It could be like something non-organic, like a washing machine or a vending machine. That'd be. That's a great idea for an anime. Actually, it's actually not a pretty good anime. I'm not gonna lie. I need to finish it though. I haven't watched anime lately. Like I had all these shows that I was like watching, and I'm like, I go for phases anyway. Which, yeah. what was I? What was I talking about? Let's see. I'm trying to think. So I mean, I was saying the turn the stuff. That's kind of vague. It didn't really be anything. Be like just look around the room. It's like you can turn into a desk. It's yeah, that's kind of lame. I don't know where I was going with that. Just, God, I'm blanking. I had to like. I also had these ideas. I should have beforehand. Beforehand, which I should have written down. But you know, of course, I'm like, fine. Stupid, stupid ass. Let's see. Hmm. Again, now I'm looking around my room and just trying. I'm so creative, guys. Uh. Oh, I got an idea. Maybe someone who can create food that they've eaten, like not like the exact food, like they don't like. I guess they could like throw it up, but like they ate a cake at one point and they're like, oh yeah, you should try this cake, and then they like summon it or vomit it, you know, whatever you want to decide, and then it's just a perfectly good cake, non-digested, non-chewed up, you know, not feeding people like birds or anything like that. No, let's see. Hmm. Yeah, again, I don't know how long I'm gonna be doing this for. Because, like I said, it's better with people, and like, and not just like one person or two people, like more of a group. It's a more participation thing. Again, that's like with all my ideas, and it's just like it's so frustrating, honestly. But I can only do what I can, and you know, this is what I can do, and hopefully, you know, someone might at least find this interesting. Maybe who fucking knows? I wouldn't find it interesting. I mean, there should be a power to. No. That's a could possibly spit out your stomach acid. You know, going with the food, the random food thing I had, which was kind of disgusting. But you know, spit out your stomach acid or other kind of vomit, which is kind of like just like a spitter from Left 4 Dead. There's a lot of enemies in video games that kind of do that, but like, you know, someone who going back to the bomb, someone who can turn things into bombs, like you pick up, you know, a water bottle and then you put your power into it and you throw it and then it explodes like a bomb. After a few seconds or something, kind of like a grenade, becomes a grenade essentially. Though I don't know, like what kind of. Well, I guess if you like threw like something like metal or something, it would become like a, you know, more like a shrapnel bomb. Water bottle, which is just, I guess you can throw be shards of plastic and boiling water everywhere. Oh, ability to like to create like water, but it's only like boiling water, or like you can change the temperature of water and only water. So you can like turn into ice or turn into steam, or you can take the water in the air and turn it into actual water. That's interesting. Very limited and very yeah. There's some weird powers you can come up with, like and a lot of people, again, going back to this, a lot of people always do the same shit. Like, come on, be a little creative. If you're gonna take something like kind of what I said at the beginning, like teleporting, you know, at least add something to it. At least make or add some sort of caveat, add some sort of give or take or limitations. And I hate powers that don't have any form of limitations. Those are so like Superman. I fucking hate Superman, man. He's so, especially modern Superman. Like, Yeah. See if we take powers and I oh yeah, and by like limitations and weakness, I don't mean something stupid like fucking fucking kryptonite. It's like, oh, this one specific item you're weak to. It's a rare. Even worse if it's a rare item. Like again, like make weaknesses like more creative. Like, come on. It kind of makes me think about like I was kind of like thinking about this like people always doing the same thing with like cultures too in stories and stuff. Maybe I should make that into a stream too. That'd be good because I like coming up with other cultures and stuff, and so everyone always does the same shit, and then when they do add something to, it's always like still the same. Like, look, if you have a world and then you add magic to it, it's not going to be the same as our world. The culture and everything's going to be different because magic's now involved, and society's going to be different. But no one ever acknowledges that or adds to that or anything. But I'm getting way off topic here. Yeah, maybe I'll do that one day. But yeah, let's see. I don't know. Maybe an ability to could have. I do have a thing that like on my note on these old notes is like summoning a specific object and kind of like kind of like Amy from Sonic with the hammer. But like, oh, I remember an idea I had. Where someone can like summon weapons, but it's more like, but it's not like normal weapons. It's like kind of like plasma weapons, I guess. Like you summon a sword and it's made of like plasma or fire or something. Like, or you can like summon a gun that's made out of the same material and it shoots bullets made of the same material, and you should be just could be limited to like just weapons or maybe even just melee weapons. Actually, just I think that would probably be better. Add some limitations to it, like and of course it's about. I feel like it does anything could really be a melee weapon. I think more like what's people perceive as a melee weapon usually, like something like a baseball bat or an iron pipe would possibly be a candidate. Not just like things like swords and knives and stuff. Like, or maybe you can summon a gun, but it's only a rubber band gun. That'd be interesting. Shoot a rubber band gun with infinite rubber bands. I'm sure some kid would love that. Oh, maybe like someone that can turn like toy stuff into real stuff, like get a airsoft thing you can turn into a real gun. Although I feel like there's a lot of things like turning like a figure into like a real living thing or person. I don't know. I feel like that's been done like numerous times before. Well, I guess not really like having someone having a power do that. I've seen. I mean, kind of. I guess. Yeah, someone having. I completely blanked on what I was saying. I'm so good at this. Oh. So maybe someone who can like mind control or influence someone, but they only do it to like certain people. Like maybe like a certain gender. Like a guy can only like there's a guy or a girl who can basically release pheromones that make themselves like look really really attractive, make people want to do whatever they want. But it's only the people of the opposite sex, or it could be of the same sex. Just kind of. But like just like it's limited to like a certain group of people, or maybe you release a scent that like attracts like dogs or other types of animals or insects oh, an idea like you have an ability to attract rats and they're always following you and you can't do anything about it and you can't control them and they're just there and they're just fucking chewing up all the cables and biting you, and that would fucking that would be awful. Let's see. Hmm. The Ratabil, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, there's some. It doesn't have to be something good. It could be something bad too. Just you're given powers, and it could be like anything. Yeah. You know. Uh. Oh, going back to something I said earlier, maybe an ability to grow certain parts of your bodies, like inflate them, like maybe make your like the arm thing, like I said, or like your leg or your head or something, but kind of just you control it. Maybe you can only like do one thing at a time, or maybe all you can like grow like numerous parts of you. I don't know. Do have to go to bed, but okay. Thank you. I hope you have a good bed. Good. I hope you have a good night. Hope school goes well. As you know, school's school, and I got work, and work is work. Believe me, it's great. Uh, let's see. What was I thinking? Let's see. What? What else? Maybe I don't know. Maybe you can give someone allergies. I don't. Or maybe you're like releasing. You can release something like pollen or something, and like gives people like allergy symptoms. Could be something like that. It could be. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to. I know I'm going silent, but I'm trying at certain points. So I'm trying to think. Like what are some good abilities that you can, or not necessarily good, but you know what I mean. Creative abilities. Let's. Uh, maybe an ability to kind of have control over mirrors. Maybe like you can go into a mirror, or you can trap someone in a mirror. Maybe, but like I did see this. I'm thinking that because there was like this villain, I think in DC. I remember from like an old Super Friends episode. Like, oh god, that was so long. That was so. It was like something that like was during my dad's time, but I would still watch that show because it was on Boomerang, and I would still watch it as a kid. But yeah, but he could travel to any other mirror because it was kind of like a mirror world. Maybe like not something like that. Seems kind of. Or maybe you could control your shadow. Maybe that sounds interesting. Like you can have your. It could be like you can have your shadow walk around, and maybe you can, or like control it. Maybe you could like maybe it can be like just something party trick that you can just make it move on its own, or maybe like you can treat it as like something that could like you could like uh, listen in on like people or stuff from if your shadow's in the vicinity of them, or maybe your shadow just has a mind of its own, and it's just kind of walking around and moving. It can only go a certain distance away from you, and it can't really interact with anything. It's just following you around, basically. Oh, such for the shadow, man. See, that's I like that one. That was actually pretty nice. Let's see what else. Hmm. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Uh, the ideas of stuff coming to me. Let's see. Is there anything in my room that can give me an idea? I know it's like it's the cop out strategy, but sometimes you can get good things out of it. Going back to the shadow thing, maybe like someone is just turned into a shadow and they can't and they oh, that reminds me an idea. Reminds an idea I had for one of the characters in the story thing that I had. Uh, that I'm probably never gonna do anything. It's this character that like she has basically an astral projection of herself because her body's like basically in a coma, but she's still walking around as a projection. But she didn't talk to people and stuff, but she can't like interact with anything physically. Yeah, I thought that idea was always really really good. I completely forgot that I had her as a character. Oh, speaking of that, another character I had where basically she controlled time in a specific vicinity around her. Like she can make like a small dome. She can't like, and she can like stop time, slow it down, speed it up. But only in this like vicinity, like this, like maybe like the size of a room. Maybe like everything else. Like someone shoots a bullet into your dome and you can make it stop, or you could slow it down, or maybe like it's just instead of control time, maybe you just slow things down in your vicinity. It could be, yeah, it could just instead of like you can't stop it or speed it up, but you can just slow it down, or like just make things go slow. Let's see. Thinking. Let's see. It could. Hmm. For some reason, the thought that just came to mind, it's like the power of gaslighting. No, that wouldn't work. Like just having something like making people believe something is just kind of like that's kind of overpowered. I just I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that idea. It's overpowered shit sucks. Let's see. Oh, maybe you're uh just I'm thinking of overpowered and I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of like overpowered characters now in anime. I'm like, oh, what if like the returning of his sword, that was such a disappointment. Like what if like you can turn your arm into a blade? Oh, kind of like Edward Elric, he has that he like transmutes the metal in his arm to like extend a blade. Maybe you can like just turn your hand into a blade, or maybe your hand is just permanently a blade. It's or maybe you can turn into different types of blades, like maybe like a saw or like a saw blade, or a big sword blade, or a small knife blade, or maybe a mace. That would. Let's see. Let's see. I like. Let's see. I mean, the thought that just came to my head was like the idea to eat anything, but that's just fucking. That's just stupid. That's just fucking Matter Lad from like Marvel. Matter Eater Lad. I think that was his name. Stupid. I mean that is a power. I mean, apparently he became a superhero by doing it. With his ability. I mean, I don't know how. Good for him. I remember seeing like a panel on the internet where he like ate a fucking laser. It's just like he opened the mouse and the laser went in and he digested it. It's just like, oh. I mean, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. It's fucking creative. I'll give him that. It's a lot of people make fun of it. And it's like it's such a stupid power, and I'm like, yeah, it is a stupid power, but I also love it too at the same time. It's just, let's see. Let's see. See what else? What else can I think of? I want to go for at least an hour. Uh, and we'll just maybe a little over. We'll just see if anyone joins, and if someone joins, I'll keep going. If not, then let's see. Uh, hmm. I'm looking at a Curry plush, and I'm like, no, I already did the swelling up or inflating idea. Hmm. Uh. Oh, maybe you can. Oh, I. Maybe you can like release an astral projection, kind of like what I was saying with the other person, but you can like temporary, uh, take over someone as it, but your body is like you only do it for a certain amount of time, and your body is just is completely defenseless and it's on the ground and it's passed out, and you can just that would be a really interesting one.
Mhm.
Take control of other people for a short time, maybe like only a couple minutes. Probably it wouldn't be very long. Uh, I would suck if like you can possess people, but it's like you're stuck in their body for like a super long time, and then you get kicked. Oh, like someone who oh, that gives me an idea of someone who's a permanent astral projection, and he can only exist and interacting by possessing people's bodies, and he can only possess someone's body for like a certain amount of time, like maybe like a month or so, and then he gets kicked out of the body and he has to go find another body to take over for a certain amount of time. That's interesting. I like that one. You know, live you can uh live multiple lives and just do what you want. I mean, it sucks for the person. I mean, you can leave their life in ruin, but it's a, I really like that idea. I could do something with let's see, what was I thinking? Oh, I had an idea. Thinking of like fire creation, but the fire you create doesn't burn anything or harm anything. It's like an illusion, but it's not at the same time because it releases heat, but it doesn't like burn people or burn objects. Maybe you could like burn anything except for organic matter, maybe. Um, but I kind of like the idea of like it's more just a heat source than anything. Uh, because that's based on something from another thing I want to do. Which I guess fire. We can go into fire. We can go into water. I do have actually this written down like water manipulation, but you can't like create it. You can only control it. Which I don't know. It seems kind of lame. It's especially when you think about it. You can take water out of the air, which which is probably something I didn't consider back then. But um, but it is a nice. I mean, like what I didn't do. Like there has to be something I can do with that. Like I don't know. Okay, now I'm thinking of like someone who could like purify water, or maybe someone who could like poison the water, like make it dirty or whatnot, or maybe they could like clean the water by touching it, or again, as I said, make it dirty. That'd be that would be a very useful power, like making it clean. Sucks if like you can make it dirty, but you like can't control it. That would be so. Whenever you like, so you can't go swimming because if you try, you just like the pool gets all dirty and musky and stuff, and it's just uh hmm trying to and then yeah, I don't want just like I don't want anything like lame. Just like I'm trying to think like other elements now. Now that I was talking about fire and water, and I'm thinking even like ice too, because I know that's technically water, but you can maybe like do something else with it too. I mean, maybe. Uh, uh I don't know. I already had the idea about changing the temperature of stuff, like water or whatnot. Let's see. Oh, I kind of whacked my mic there. See, let's go into Earth. Earth. I mean, I can only really think of Earthbenders, which again, I don't know. I want something different. I need something else. Maybe you can turn into a pile of dirt. I mean, that's interesting. It reminds me of that guy from Sky High that can just fucking melt, and that's all he does. He turns into like a wet puddle. Yeah, just turn yourself into dirt, pile of dirt, uh, or sand or something. And it's not like Sandman or something where you like control it or anything. It's like it's just you're just a pile of dirt. That's it. Uh, hmm. I don't know. I feel like I can do something else with Earth. Uh, hmm. I don't know. And then there's also I mean I guess it's not elements, but in terms of like games and anime and stuff, there's usually elements like light and darkness. Um, which honestly I can't. The only thing I can think of with darkness. Well, I mean, I guess the shadow things I was talking about is technically be darkness. I mean, night vision. I mean, that's pretty fucking lame. It's the only other thing I can think about besides the shadow thing I was talking about earlier and summoning darkness, which I don't want to do summoning. Then light. Maybe you can make little flashes, kind of like a flash of a camera. Just make little flashes to with your like hands or something, and you can't like make whole big things of light or anything. Or maybe you can make like a ball of light that kind of like follows you around. As it reminds me of those. I've I've seen this a couple times in like games and anime where like you'll someone will summon like a certain like ball or something as a spell and it would follow you around so you can see in caves and stuff. And maybe you can do that, or you can summon a ball and let it follow you around and for a limited time, and then uh, I'm thinking. Yeah, I want. Nah, that wouldn't work. I need something more creative. I mean, going back to uh, I'm trying to think. Like, I want something else. I want. Hmm, What if? Nah, no, that doesn't work. Uh, God, I'm blanking. I'm trying to think, like, going back to Dark Light and Earth. Just trying to. I mean, what other elements are there in, like, that you would find in, like, games and stuff that people can usually control? Oh, darkness. Maybe you can make a room pitch black, or like maybe like you can make like kind of like a dome or a cube or whatever, and everything in it is like pitch black, and it only goes a certain distance, and no one can see in it. Uh oh, I have an idea. I came up. I have an idea that just kind of maybe it's an ability where you can take someone's pain, like you feel someone's pain. Maybe like it's actually something I wrote down. Where like you take other people's pain of those around you, but like it's not controlled. Like if someone like bumps their toe doesn't hurt, but your toe hurts. And like if someone breaks their arm, your arm or you're the one who's gonna feel the pain of a broken arm, and they're not. And it could be either your arm breaks, or it could be their arm's broken, but they just don't feel the pain, and you feel the pain. I kind of like that one better, honestly. Where you take, where you're just receiving someone else's pain. Not like, because if you do take, uh, like if you're also hurt, same with that, then someone can basically just shoot themselves or jump off a building and be fine, and you're the one who would die, and that kind of sucks. It's kind of lame. Uh, yeah, I kind of like the idea of just the pain and not the actual physical wounds. Uh, which could also be bad for the other person, because if they're like on fire, they're not going to feel the pain. They'll probably. I mean, you like rolling around in like pain, like your flesh is like burning off. That would be, oh god. I mean, I think that would kind of give it away, but you get what I mean. Like, we have pain receptors for a reason. Hmm. Going going back to pain. This make me, because now I'm thinking of like healing powers, but like again, just healing any illness is kind of lame. Uh, I feel like if you have healing powers, it should be like only to a point. Like if someone has third degree burns, you can turn it to first degree burns. That's actually one of the things in another story that I was doing where there's these uh, where it's one of the abilities of someone. Uh, is there like a random? What's with the random? I just looked at my OBS. What's with the random little hand thing right there? That's not. Why is that there? What's that supposed? Okay, that's. I'll I'll figure that out later. Yeah, this is also on my stream too. What is? Hold on, I'm gotta let the cats out. God, I wish I could open that door with my mind. It's such a shitty door. Like my cats always want in and out, and it's annoying sometimes because if they want to come in, they can open the door by themselves, and if they want to go out, they can sometimes open the door by themselves, and other times I need to let them out, and it's annoying either way. Uh, it's just kind of. But yeah, I'm getting off track. I mean, thinking about moving things in your mind. I mean, it. I mean, I'm trying to think of something like that that has limitations besides being like you can only move certain objects, or you can only or you only move objects that are this heavy or something like that. I feel like I could be more creative than that. I feel like I could think of something. Yeah. Although, actually, I just thought of something that could be like a pair with that. Like if you only move things that are a certain weight. Maybe if you have someone someone who can control the weight of an object, and then like they take something like a truck and they make it like really light, and then you can move it with your mind. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but I'm thinking, yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like I need something else to be done with that. Just like the healing thing I said earlier. I feel like we you can do more than just generic healing and generic moving with the mind. Uh oh yeah. Now I'm thinking of other gen and I'm thinking of flying, and now there was an idea I had a while ago. Maybe like you can only float like a few inches off the ground. That would be a complete lame power. It would probably help you if you like fall off a building. Maybe you can use it to save yourself. But yeah, you can only float at like a few inches off the ground, or a few, or I like that one's a pretty. That's a pretty nice one. I mean, it's lame. You I mean, in terms of idea. I mean, I feel like I've heard that before too. Actually, now that I think about it. Uh, let's see. Oh, the kind of like with the water thing of making maybe the ability to make anything clean. Like if something's all rusty and dirty, you can make it not rusty and dirty. I mean, it's really the same thing I was saying earlier, but things besides just water. I mean, hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm going back to like the mind and some of those other powers. I was like degenerate powers, like also like X-ray vision. Like the only like caveat I can really add to that, as far as I can think of, is making so you only see through certain objects, or you can't, or maybe it's like only to like a certain point, or maybe when you use your X-ray vision, you see through everything, so then you see basically nothing. That's interesting, I guess. Because I mean, technically that would be how it works if you can't if you really think about it. Hmm. Maybe the ability. No, no, no. That's kind of the same as that as just force fields. Now I think about it. I know you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of talking to myself. The ability to print money. Uh, sure, it like you print dollar bills out of your mouth, but it's all counterfeit bills. That's that's interesting. That would be that's interesting. Like your mouth is like a printer, and or maybe you can just have your mouth be like an actual printer. Oh God, that would be. Or maybe your butt can be the printer. Oh, oh God. Someone just comes in during that. They'll be like, "What the fuck?" Uh, hmm. Oh yeah, there's like showing electricity. Can I do something with like electricity and like static shock and static electricity or whatnot? I mean, you can maybe turn into living electricity, but yeah, that's all already. Maybe. Oh, okay. Now I have an idea. It reminds me. Of an idea I actually had before. Like you can basically turn into a moving statue, like you're made of stone and you can walk around, and you have the same properties as stone. It could also be like really any. You could like turn into like a golden statue or like a a wooden statue, or it just, I mean, I don't. I'm not saying like the person can turn into a statue of any like material. I'm just saying like someone can turn into a statue of. Well, it's you're not really a statue. Well, I mean, you can turn into a statue, but you're like a statue, but you can move and like do stuff like you're made of stone. I guess I don't know. I'm just I'm just trying to think. Just kind of rambling here. Trying to come up with some ideas. Looking around my room again. The ability to give someone anime hair. Oh, the ability to like control someone's hair, or that'd be interesting. You know, you like some like barber can like use their ability to give people like hairdos and stuff, or maybe you can just like make people's hair grow and you can't control it, or maybe you can like maybe make going back to grass. Maybe you just make grass grow or paint dry faster. I don't know why that came to mind. I don't know. That was dumb. Hmm. Uh. I don't know. I'm trying to. I'm still trying to think. Like I don't. Like I'm kind of running out of ideas. Like what's some other generic powers that maybe I can change? Like invisibility. Is there something I can do with that besides like time limit? Well, I guess I kind of did the thing about someone becoming transparent, uh, which it is just kind of like that. So, yeah, like my sound. Oh. Ah, no, it's been over an hour. I think I'll probably stop. Uh, this doesn't look like anyone's gonna join. Uh, so thank you for those who did come. I hope this was enjoyable. I actually kind of had fun with this. I thought this was pretty interesting. Uh, it was actually kind of fun to come up with these ideas, even if it was just me. So, so, yeah. I'm sorry. I was doing something real fast. Yeah. So if you end up watching this, and you have any ideas or anything you want to add, feel free to leave it in the comments. Uh, and and I'll look at it, and maybe we'll have like a small discussion in the comment section or something. So yeah, feel free to leave any ideas you have. And yeah, I hope you have a good day or night or whatever the fuck time it is. I don't know, and I don't care. Goodbye.